Good morning and happy Friday. We're back at it for another Friday morning live. Thank you guys for joining me. If you get a chance to jump in here live. And if you're watching the replay, thanks for checking out the replay as well. Today we're talking about our sugar detox, how you can sugar detox. And we're going to talk about our annual sugar detox. This is what we do. It's September. It's detox month. We had a long summer of barbecuing and probably staying up for some late nights. So today we're going to be talking about our sugar detox. So that's what we have going on today. If you guys have questions throughout, you're always welcome to ask questions. So I'm going to jump into it right now. I just have to do a couple things here, so bear with me. Okay. And I just need to make sure we're on the right group. That's rarely a problem. Okay. So I gotta tell you, I'm super excited. I've been working on Detoxify Yourself, which is my book, which is actually my second book, first book by myself. And we're pretty much there. We got it sent to the printers yesterday. And we're on a tight time frame. So we're really hoping that we can get excuse me. There I am. Okay. We're really hoping that we'll be able to get really hoping that we can get the books back in time, but there's not a whole lot we can do about that. It's in their hands. So we do have the ebook, and we're able to send those out instantly. So if the books aren't here in time, then we will figure it out. But that's not really a concern. I'm excited to have like a new version. I feel like I'm calling it the second edition, but it's been a work in progress. So we've been doing these detox every year. We actually do them twice a year, but I always improve and add, and we've done graphics, and every time we do a sugar detox, we add information. So the book is about 150 pages, the original copy, and I just added, these last few weeks, another 150 pages. So it's double the size, double the content, and it's not even double the price. But it's something I've been working hard on. And I think anytime you put together a project like this, you have to be proud of the accomplishments that you've put together. And that's something that I'm really excited about and looking forward to share with the public again. So this is when the book came out, it was actually a bestseller in Calgary, which is pretty cool. It was on a bestseller list for the Calgary area. I was doing book signings every weekend. And it wasn't easy by any means, sitting out in front of people, putting yourself out there, especially as an introvert. So that was, oops, I gotta turn my notifications off. So, why don't I just pull you guys up here, just in case I miss any comments. We got Lisa in here. Lisa, I think you just signed up for the sugar detox. So we're pretty excited about that. We'll get you out any emails. So you guys will have to use the blog post. And then within the blog post, you have all the information of the sugar detox. And then from there, you can order. We have different packages that we're offering discounts on some of our detoxing packages. Otherwise, if you just want a book, you can grab a book. Of course, it's a physical copy. You get to keep that book. And then you get a full week of us. We're going to be in there every night live. And if you can't watch live, then you can also watch the replay. And we're going to do giveaways every single day. We got a giveaway plan, and we have tons of information. It's going to be lots of fun. A lot of people that we've heard from are struggling with getting on track and going in the right direction. So I think this is a perfect time to get people inspired, motivated. We got information, so informed on what you can do to get going in the right direction. So that's that's definitely something that we're looking forward to. So that's coming up on the soft launch is the 27th. So that's next Friday. And then we get everyone prepped and planned for the weekend. So questions start coming in. We put out the grocery shopping list. We put out the meal plan. And then we get everyone prepped on Sunday to officially launch on Monday to actually get started. So we have a lot of time to make this happen. The only problem is a lot of people wait till the last minute. So we actually have people that will be signing up Monday and Tuesday. Not next week, but the following week. So we have all this whole week to get prepped and planned and people into the group. So we already have people in the group. We already have people sharing. So if you share a post, we offer you a free bag of flakes. If you bring a friend, we offer you a bigger bag. So we have a lot of incentives to get people active. We also have participation. How do you say, like, we have more participation prizes. So those people that are more active and more engaged, we have prizes for those people too. So a lot of people like giveaways. They like free stuff. I mean, who doesn't? So we try to incentivize as much as possible, because the more you're involved, the more you're going to get out of it. So the sooner we can get you interested, involved, taking action, the more results you're going to see, which is our ultimate goal, is to show you that the program actually works as long as you are invested in it. So that's what we have going on. Oh, where's my plug-in cord? So that's what we have going on with the sugar detox. We do have quite a few people that have done it in the past. And then someone just asked, is it the same as last time? And it's funny that question comes up, but it's never the same. And we've done these, we used to do these a bit more often, maybe every couple of months, but now we kind of bring them together. And we do them in September for sure, and sometimes in January. Sorry, sometimes we do them in January as well. But every single group is different, because we have new energy, so we have new questions or different questions, so we have different answers, different information. Every group kind of takes on a life of its own, so it has new interests, new energy, and we have some new products to share and new information. So we learn ourselves every year. I'm always researching on different ways to help detox the body. So especially when it comes to sugar, because we're going to have people that are going to have sugar withdrawals. We're going to have a little bit of brain fog, feel like you're hungover a bit, but we now have some ways to help improve those sugar detoxes or those sugar withdrawals, and help people get back to mental clarity quicker. So it's all very exciting. Every time we do these, we get a little bit better, and our information gets a bit more informed. We can share more details, so everyone gets more out of it every time we do these different detoxes. So what can you do to detox yourself? When we talk about detoxify yourself, I don't even have an older copy here, but when we talk about detoxifying yourself, it's mental detox. So that's a big thing right now. A lot of people are struggling mentally with a lot of different things going on in the world right now. We talk about mind clutter. So our mind is often cluttered with things that it shouldn't be there, causing stress, causing toxins to build up, which is usually mental toxins, mental thoughts. So that's important to mention. We also talk about the food that the items, like the cookware, the items that you're preparing with. So a lot of people are using Teflon, for example. You just grab the cheapest pan, not knowing that Teflon actually causes toxins. They put the toxins into the food, and it also burns. When that pan is burning on the stove, it also releases toxins into the air that we're breathing. They actually did tests on birds. It's kind of crazy. That's what they used to do. I don't remember exactly what they were testing for. If you guys know, help me out. But they were in the mines, and they would send a bird, I think it was a canary, into the mine, and it was some kind of gas that was toxic and detrimental to the health of anything breathing. So they'd send a bird in there, and if the bird didn't come out, then they know not to go into the mine because it had this toxic fumes. Well, they did the same tests on birds when it came to Teflon, and many of the birds died because of the toxic fumes that when burning, that substance was giving off. It's toxic. Now, it wasn't killing people, but it was harming their health. And of course, a bird is very small. So It's important to note that we're going to be covering toxic materials and also plastic. I'm really a fan of staying away from plastic. So what happens is we once we get going, we have this beautiful food that we teach you how to prepare, and then you sometimes cook it on a toxic pan, but then we help you remove those toxic. We're not going to say go ahead and get rid of all the pans in your house or don't clear out your pantry or bathroom. That's not what we're about. We're going to teach you how to take sustainable steps in that fashion. But let's say you have good quality food, you prepared it in a clean, good morning, Tammy, in a clean fashion, and then we have a better pan that we're cooking with. Maybe it's a cast iron pan, maybe it's a ceramic pan, and then we take that beautifully well cooked, delicious food and we store it in plastic containers and we store it in the fridge. It doesn't make sense to me. That's why even with our supplements, when we can, we stay away from plastic containers because you have good quality products. And then you put them in cheap plastic. Sometimes that plastic leaches into the food. So have you ever thrown something plastic in the dishwasher and it kind of like shrivels up? That's the plastic I'm talking about. That's the plastic we want to avoid. So, Tammy, we're just talking about our sugar detox coming up. Today, we just opened up registration to the public. We do have quite a few people in there from our Fit Fam that's already in there. We always open up registration first to them. And a few people that have mentioned interest in the past, but we have this weekend to get people in. And then we have all of next week, but it's going to take time to get, if you guys want a package, it's going to take time to get the package shipped out. And then it's going to take time to get you guys in the group, knowing where to find the group, and then getting prepared next weekend. So I know some people are going to be signing up Friday, Saturday next week, but we're really trying to get as many people in as possible now so you can start getting prepped. And it's not just, it's the mental commitment. Like, if it's the mental commitment of, yes, I'm going to do this, it's a whole lot different than jumping in there Sunday night and then trying to catch up from all the posts that are happening Friday, Saturday, and the day Sunday. So if you fully commit now and say, hey, I'm in, I want to do this, let's get it rocking, that's a different mindset. You know that at the end of next week, you're going to be committed to a program which is going to be beneficial to whoa, excuse me. Oh my gosh, I was fighting that yawn for a while. It's been a long week. I've been on my book constantly trying to get it finished so we can get it out. So we can get it out next week. But it's definitely been a long week. And then we open up the sugar detox to our fitness family as well. So we've been working hard on getting them in and getting prepared as well, because when we open this up to the public, this public rush is going to be a busy time, which we're looking forward to. The more people we can get in, the more people we can help and share and express how we can help, how to properly sugar detox. So we're looking forward to that as well. Okay, so we talked about mentally a bit, how we're going to give you tools and suggestions on how to reduce stress, how to get away from all that mental clutter and reduce, it's mental health is a big thing right now. That was put in Detoxify Yourself, my book, years ago. So we've always known how important that is. It just seems to be more apparent in today's day and age. So that's going to be super important, is reducing mental, because if we're not mentally detoxed, or if our mind is so filled of toxins, and when I say toxins, I also mean stress. So many different toxins come in many different forms, and toxic thoughts, for example, toxic words, these things that continually play in our minds, those are detrimental to our health just as much as food, maybe more. Good morning, Vanda. What's up, Dave? Thank you guys for joining me. Did I come on a bit early? I feel like we're getting more people in here at 8. I thought I'd jump in here before 8, but that's mountain time. But at any rate, so no stress here. Right? Nobody's stressed out. Morning, Anna. I found you. Good, Anna, we're in the same place. I think last week or the week before you had trouble finding us. We're always on this page. Friday Morning Live is on the True Form page. You know that there's different ways, like you guys can put notifications on this page to be notified when we go live. And you also can put this page as a shortcut on your phone or on your computer. So that might be helpful. That might be helpful in the future. But we're just talking about detoxify yourself, and then we're talking about the sugar detox that we're super excited about to get it rocking. We had so many people excited. Like our sugar detoxes went crazy last January and then last September, and we still have people in our Fit Fam from those, and we still have people talking about it from months ago. So it's really cool to be able to put a group, I suppose, a group that beneficial to influence people months later. We have people writing in since August that are saying, "Hey, are you doing another sugar detox in September?" And I said, "Yeah, just be patient. We're gonna get that going here, but not till the end of September." So it's really a good time to get back on track. A lot of people, this whole summer was a challenge for a lot of people, from barbecuing, things that we don't usually barbecue, staying up late, visiting with friends and family, traveling a little bit more. So this summer was rough on a lot of people. But now, so we've heard that a lot of people haven't really been on track, which is perfectly fine. That's how life goes sometimes. But that's why getting involved in a private group to offer motivation, information, inspiration. Ooh, put that on a t-shirt. Motivation, inspiration. What did I say? Oh, I have to go back and listen to that. But that private group and that environment really makes a big difference, because we're going to have people posting on a regular basis. We're going to have questions coming up often. Those questions come up. The more questions we get, the more chance we can help the whole community learn, because the more questions that come from outside, meaning not from Dorothy and I, then we can have a better idea of what information you guys want, maybe what we're missing in the program, and how we can help improve it. But asking questions I actually just put a post up on Instagram this morning about asking questions and how important it is to be informed. And I was always a question kid. I remember like teachers rolling their eyes at me when I was a kid, like, "Oh my gosh, this kid and his questions." But now I get a chance to do that almost full time. But for 10 years we've had Exploring Mind and Body, and I've been a host of that show, and I ask questions for at least a half hour, which I enjoy. But we should be asking questions. Otherwise, I always say, if you don't ask questions, how do you know? Sometimes you don't like to hear the answer. Like I get that often. Like people ask me a question and I tell them the answer. They don't really like it, but you should be able to go to someone that's going to tell you the truth, I think. Otherwise, if you just go to people to hear what you want to hear, then I don't think it's all that beneficial. It's all that beneficial. So that if you guys have questions about the sugar detox now, feel free to ask. Or if you have questions about how to detox from sugar in general, let me know. You know what's crazy is that when I say sugar is a drug, people get like, "Oh my gosh," they get like, I can't believe he said that. But it's true. Sugar is a drug in every form. It's addictive. It's detrimental to our health. You go through withdrawals when you go off it. So I don't feel like most people understand how damaging sugar is. And for me, like being in the food industry, I have no idea how it's approved. But then, of course, you have like aspartame, and you have maltodextrin, and you have propylene glycol. You have all these ingredients that shouldn't be in products to begin with, and somehow they're approved. I think I said FDA, Health Canada, like it's all the same. Do you know that if you can buy that heart healthy logo and put it on your product? Did you catch that? I said you can buy it. So all you have to do is be a part of the Heart and Stroke Foundation. You pay a fee, and you can put that. Doesn't matter how clean your product is. You can put that logo on your product. Which is, it's crazy to me. A lot of people don't think twice about it. Or they're like, "Oh, this is a heart health," like Quaker Oats. Like Quaker's a big company and they make all kinds of different products, not just oats. Or I think they used to put that, they used to make those, or they probably still do. I just haven't seen them in years, but they make those little packages of oatmeal that I used to have. And they had put tons of sugar in there, but oh my gosh, sorry about that. They put tons of sugar in there, and they have a bunch of other ingredients. It's a, those ones that you used to put water in and you put in the microwave, and then that stuff is like heart healthy. Hey, come on, let's let's use our minds, so we have lots of common sense to share. But I think a lot of people don't realize that you can buy those. I'm trying to think of other things, but there's a lot of different things that happen in the food industry. When you go into the grocery store, those companies pay, like, you pay for where your product is. So when we had our product in health food stores, it's a little bit different in health food stores, but we had our product in health food stores. We had 26 stores across Canada, I think, and we had our product either way at the top shelf or way at the bottom shelf. That's where they would put it because we were a small company. I didn't have any marketing money, and then they would only order small amount. But the companies that give them kickbacks, they put them at eye level. They put their products at eye level. So it doesn't mean it's better selling. It doesn't mean it's better. It's healthier. All it means is they get better kickbacks. So one of the companies, there's a rep that came in, and I was in there doing a demo, and a rep that came in, he came in and he was like a celebrity. Everyone loved him when he came in because he gave them all kinds of free stuff. Gave him t-shirts, gave him samples, gave him gift cards to local restaurants. And I this was years ago. I hardly had enough money to feed myself. And this guy's like feeding the whole staff. And then, of course, they put a big display up of that particular brand. And then they put it right at eye level. Like when you walked in, you couldn't miss their display. And I always wondered how they got their products there. And like, obviously they pay through kickbacks. But at the grocery store, it's a little bit different. Like, you pay for shelf space. And I think, well, I guess it doesn't matter, but they have to sell. They also have to sell your product. So that's why I say you vote. Like, when you go to the grocery store, you vote on good quality products, on cheap products, on toxic products. So the more of a good quality product you buy, then the store manager's like, hey, we got to get more of that product. If a product is sitting there and no one buys it, they're not going to replenish it. And then when it comes to expiration dates, or when it comes time to reordering, they'll discontinue it, or they'll put it on the discount rack and not order again because not enough people are buying it. So many times that comes from customers' choices. And I think, like, grocery stores kind of have to guess, like, what's trendy, what people are buying, what people are talking about. They go and buy those products, or whoever's paying them the most money to get on the shelves. They put those products on the shelves, and then once in a while they have, like, I always think it's interesting, like, Dave says everybody loves a sales guy. Is that you when you walk into your customers? I guess you don't have customer stores, do you? But what was I gonna say? I had a good point there. Shoot, what was I talking about? Can someone help me out? Maybe it'll come back to me. So when you're I was gonna say is that at grocery stores, even some health food stores, they have this tiny little section of like support local. It cracks me up because they have the smallest section. They actually co-op. I like to support co-op because they're more of a community orientated company. Some grocery stores in town won't take any local products. But co-op actually have a bit of a bigger section for local products. But it cracks me up when it's like they're like, we support local, and they have like these two little tiny shelves, and I was like, if you guys would support local, half your store would be full of local products. But it doesn't work like that. They want to bring in the bigger name products because the bigger name products have the bigger margins, and they can make more money off the product. In most cases, they don't make as much money off local products because there's smaller margins. And when I say smaller margins, I mean the stores make less money. So you might have a product that is $100. Let's say this product is $100. You have to have a wholesale price. So you go to the grocery store manager and you say, hey, I have this product. Will you carry it? Here's the price list. So he says, oh, you're going to sell it to me for $50. I'm going to sell it to our customers for $100. Then our margin is $50. But you have to understand the bigger companies, they can order a bigger supply of products, so they get better margins. They can buy a bigger supply at cheaper per unit. So so that means they can offer their distributor or retail store a better margin. So the bigger companies can keep more money in their pocket and give the retailer more money, so they have better margins. So that's what I mean when there's better margins. As a smaller company, you have to order a smaller quantity, which means your price per unit costs more, which means you can't offer the same margins as a big company to a retailer like a health food store or a grocery store, which is why we stopped going to retail stores and health food stores. Not only do they want you to give away free samples, they want you to do staff training. And their staff training turns over. It turns over every 2 weeks. They want you to do demos. All that takes time and effort and money. And as a small company, you can't really do that. Often you'll see someone doing a demo from a big company that doesn't really know much about the product. Or you'll see them and they'll be reading the information chart when they get there, because they're an independent contractor. They don't really know anything about that product. They may do demos for 10 different companies. So I don't know if that's interesting to you guys. It's interesting to me how the industry works, but I think a lot of people don't realize behind the scenes, you have a small company, like you have a coffee company, let's say a local coffee company or a local brewery. I don't know much about alcohol or coffee for that matter, but okay, let's say you have a local coffee company. Well, they're not able to. What's one of those big coffee companies? Something in your cup, Max. What's that? What's a big coffee company? Sanus. That's why small health food stores are pricier. Yes, that's exactly why smaller health food stores cost a bit more. And then when you look at local products, like locally made, like smaller businesses, their prices can't compete with like Post or I don't even Nestle, like Nestle chocolate bars. Like they're a huge company. They're probably $1 billion company. Maxwell House, thank you, Maxwell. They have that song like Maxwell in your cup or something like that. They used to have those commercials of people like smelling coffee. So if you have a local coffee company, Folgers, Folgers in your cup. I think that's what it was. So you have a local coffee company that makes smaller batches because they're small, they're local, they're trying to grow. And then you have Folgers or Maxwell, who has huge. They can buy in bigger bulk, so their unit cost costs less. So it's just very different. It's very different. The price to make smaller batches actually costs more. And then you have a small company that they can only order 1,000 bags, and those 1,000 bags might be 25 cents per unit. But if you order 100,000 bags, you can drop that down to 10 cents per unit. And it's the same thing with stickers or logos. You can order 5,000 stickers at 20 cents each, or you can order 1,000,000 stickers at 1 cent each, whatever it is. But the bigger you grow, the more money you can make because you can order big quantities. And that's what we're going through right now. We've been in a growing phase for the last while now, and we're always ordering bigger quantities of things, so our margins get better. But still, us as a small business, you can't possibly compare to like a big, like Allmax. I think it's Allmax is a brand, supplement company. I think it's a Canadian brand, or like, I've been at it. Optimum Nutrition. I've been out of that world for quite a while now, but Optimum Nutrition. And then you also have to look at the really cheap companies that have low quality products. So I was looking at suppliers for protein supplements, and this is actually Optimum Nutrition. I used to buy it. Well, their product is cheaply made in China. And and a lot of supplements come from China. It's not like a surprising thing. And I'm not just like picking on that one company. Not like this show is going to change their bottom line, but that one company. That's what I do when I'm looking for ingredients. I'm looking at sourcing. I'm looking for manufacturers. So all I'm doing is doing research. And this Optimum Nutrition company came up from a company selling it in China, and I could order that in bulk if I wanted to. I don't know if I could repackage it. It might come in, but I could order that from them, and then I could sell it if I wanted to. But you have to look at the quality, right? Quality ingredients also cost more than cheap ingredients. So you have a huge company, and they're able to buy millions of bags, millions of stickers. Of course, they have millions of dollars in marketing, but also they can order the more weight, the more quantity or more weight you order, the bigger, the better margin you get. So it's a bigger upfront cost fee, but as you break it down and sell it individually, you make more per unit. So you have these big companies that have really low quality products because the lower quality ingredients, the cheaper they are to purchase, to source. And so their margins are huge. They're making a ridiculous amount of money on a cheap quality product as a giant company because of their branding. So it's just interesting to me, like knowing how much we make on a container of protein or on some of our other supplements that we have. You can't see them right now. Like I know how much we make per, like our margin is. And then when I go to like those big companies, I'm like, my gosh, they must make a killing on like each single unit. For us to make profit, we have to sell a good number of our product, and then we have to be able to sell all of it, of course, before we can order more. And these guys, they're just pumping this cheap quality product out, and it's just going out to the masses, and people are eating it up, not understanding like what happens behind the scenes. So that's why we say support local. That's why we say, what I really like is those little artisan markets. I call them artesian markets. I thought it was artesian for the longest time, those little artisan markets, but they're popping up all over, and those are more supporting local. So most of those companies are local companies. So it could be handmade stuff, it could be locally made products, soaps, could be lotion, whatever it is. But if you go into those shops, you'll see those prices are a bit higher because of what I just explained, because everything costs them more than going to the biggest box store, that big giant blue store at the end of town I can't stand. So those big giant box stores, they usually import all their products, and they usually import those products from other countries that have cheap labor, and then the big companies order huge quantities of them. It's just like Costco. Like look at Costco. Like Costco is able to order better pricing on all their products because they bring in so much inventory. So they could go to a company, and that company, they would say, hey, what's your price for wholesale? And they say, you can buy 10,000 units at $9.99. And they say, okay, well, what if we buy 100,000 units? And they say, okay, we'll sell it to you for $5.99. Right? So the more that you can order, the better price, which is why Costco's pricing is so cheap compared to other companies that sell the same brand. Yes, it's Folgers in your cup. I'm going to go watch one of those commercials. I actually have the ability to bring a video on the screen. If I had someone doing my production, I'd say, hey, pull on that video. They have like someone holding the cup and they're smelling the coffee. Those commercials crack me up. What was I going to say? You can go on YouTube and you can watch those commercials. But I really like the taste of coffee. You know what I like is once in a while I'll buy coffee beans. I try to do fair trade coffee beans in chocolate. Those are so good. It's funny, and I don't like to drink coffee, but I like the smell of coffee. I suppose we shouldn't get into coffee. People get all crazy when we talk about coffee. They don't want to hear anything bad about their beloved coffee. So that's a bit of information on the back end of products and grocery stores and who you vote for and why we say the things that we do. Often we don't explain that stuff. I don't know how many people are interested in all that, but I think it's worth explaining at least sometimes how the industry works and why pricing is more than others. People come to us often and say, why does your product cost more than that product? And like you can look at the dollar store. The dollar stores sell vitamins and supplements. Like it's beyond me. But then you go and read the ingredients, and it's horrible ingredients. And then we have our clean product with all clean ingredients. Well, the cheaper, the more cheap ingredients, the more fillers, additives, preservatives, the cheaper the product is. So you can go to the dollar store and buy whatever, any kind of vitamin for $2. And if we were to sell a good quality vitamin, it might be $10. So they're like, oh, it says the same thing on it. Why is yours so much different? Like, why does yours cost so much more? And then to sit there and have a 20-minute conversation with someone, they're usually not interested. They're just like, oh, I'm just going to go with this cheap one. See you later. Vanda says, well, I love the smell of coffee more than the taste in the morning. Or you didn't say in the morning. I just made that up. Yeah. But you know what? My mom used to drink coffee, and it always gave me like a comforting. In the morning, I would hear the coffee brewing. I think we had like an automatic timer or something that went on. So coffee. And I feel like a lot of people have that close connection to coffee because of the aroma is like brings in, like, but that's food in general, like food and taste and like smells, it connects memories. So when I heard the coffee pot going on in the morning, I just felt comforted and secure, and I knew that like my mom was there and she was making coffee and it was time to get ready for the day. So but the whole health benefit thing, and I don't know, that's Nick. Nick woke up and he's it's time to get to work. And it says, I've tried cocoa beans and crushed bits at an organic organic small angel metal farm growers in Hawaii. Yeah, I think Hawaii really is known for their coffee. We used to go there. We went there a few times around Christmas time, and I think they have special I don't know if they must grow them there, like Hawaiian coffee. And you go there often. You could help with that, or Mom, maybe you can help with that. But yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And man, this is so true. So when it comes back to our sugar detox, which is our main topic here, is that we have to look at an overall, like when we talk about our sugar detox, we talk about a holistic lifestyle detox. So we talk about mind, mood, mental clutter. That's very important to talk about. We're going to talk about why we avoid GMOs, soy, gluten, and dairy. All of those are removed from all of the foods that we have put in the meal plan, or that you're going to create yourself. So it's a 30-day meal plan, which with recipes included. We also have now added workouts and the stretching routine. I'm excited about both of those. Those are new additions. I've added fermented foods in there. I'm a big fan of fermented foods and gut health. Anytime you improve your gut health, you also improve your energy. Anytime you improve your gut health, you increase your energy, I should say. So a lot of times our energy goes to our digestion. A lot of people are constipated, or they're not able to get past indigestion. So any of those digestion issues, good quality food will help with that without question. Food that has fiber in it. We're going to talk about complex carbs and how you can actually gain energy from healthy fats. I have a whole new section on healthy fats. I'm talking about the difference between MCT oil, like all fats, and MCT oil is in there. So we've got so many new additions. It's like a brand new book. And we're going to be going through all that. That's the thing when people say, oh, is your sugar detox the same as last time? Our sugar detox is going to be quite a bit different because we have new things to add that weren't in the last ones. So we're very excited about that. I want to talk about the pantry real quick in the bathroom. So when we talk about a lifestyle detox, we also talk about ingredients, not only ingredients we put in our body, but what we put on our body. So the bathroom, can you guys get, I already gave it away. Can you guess what the most toxic place in the house is? It's the bathroom. So usually we have soaps, toothpaste, lotions, cleaners, all that stuff is toxic to our health. And we need to remove that to improve our health holistically. When I say holistically, I mean as a whole, all around. We're not just talking about food. We're not just talking about your body. We're talking about your mind, emotions. We're talking about what you put on your body. Your skin's our biggest organ. Anything we put on our skin absorbs inside, which causes those internal issues, like those organ issues, or We have a whole lymphatic system that sits right under our skin. So what's the first thing that hits? What's the first thing that gets hit after it absorbs through our skin is our lymphatic system. And you have people dealing with lymphatic cancer, for example. And they're not going to go ahead and say it. Like, that's not going to be on headline news, but I'm telling you, like, I strongly believe that major disease stems from, well, I believe it stems from actually a thought first, and then words, which could be turned into actions. But those internal stresses and the things that we put on our body is all absorbed in many different ways. So by continually putting toxins on your body, you're continually putting your health at risk. So we're going to talk about how to properly detox your bathroom and add better quality items. And we're not those people that are like, just get rid of everything. It's not sustainable. It's not financially viable. Like, we'll slowly add things to your pantry, to your bathroom, under your sink, wherever it is, in your medicine cabinet. What we do is we slowly add things instead of take away, because it's a whole mindset, which is why we have to address the mind as well. Once you are continually adding, then sometimes people feel a bit overwhelmed and they have to get rid of things. Or the opposite is, if you start taking away, then we get like we're like, oh my gosh, we have that mindset of lack. We don't have enough money. We don't have a big enough house. We don't have enough cars, like friends, job, like whatever it is, we have that mindset of lack. So if we can have a mindset of abundance and add things to wherever it is we're working on, then you can slowly get rid of. And then you can buy. So once you use you want to use your toxic body lotion, then use it. I'm not going to tell you to throw it away, but that might be a good idea. Once that's done, though, you have a cleaner one sitting there waiting for you. The problem is those cleaner ones can be more challenging to find. That's why we want to replace it now. Replace it now before you run out, because once you run out, you got to run to the pharmacy, and the pharmacy usually has like a bar of soap. Like, where do you buy a bar of soap? Usually at the pharmacy or at the grocery store. And then you're sitting there looking through, maybe at the health food store, or you can go to one of those artisan shops, and you can buy. A lot of people are making homemade soap now, so you can find. Excuse me. You can. Dorothy says, how did the show go? And I said, I'm still on. But you can find a lot of different ways to buy cleaner products, but you have to get on it. You have to take action. You have to do it now before you're like, oh, I don't have any more of that. I got to go run to the pharmacy again, because there's not too many good things that come out of the pharmacy. Not too many people are going to like that statement. I actually went to a pharmacy. I'm not going to call them out. It doesn't matter what their name is or where it was, but I went to a pharmacy. It was a bit smaller. It was newer. It was brand new. And I was like almost excited. Like, I wanted to go, like, what's in there? Like, what's in this new pharmacy? And I was expecting a health food store. I don't know why. I just thought, like, this probably has clean products, and it's smaller, so they're quaint. Or, a lot of times if you have something smaller, you have better quality. I always say quality over quantity. So if you're able to go in and find a smaller store, like those artisan shops I'm talking about, artisan, you can often find better quality. So I went into that store, and it was jam-packed with toxic nonsense, all like brand new shelves, brand new line, like the whole building was redone, all lights and shelves. And I was like, oh, I get in there, and I was like, what? I was like, what? I was like, what happened? I went and I found that Jameson brand, that the yellow bottle that they sell at the dollar store. I found Epsom salts, which are cheap, like, compared to magnesium bath flakes. I found Epsom salt, but they weren't even like flavored. They weren't even like scented with essential oil. They were scented with perfume, which is highly toxic. Perfume can have like 50 different types of toxins in it. It's just one label. So I was kind of going around the store, in this small store, and I'm sure it was the owners that kind of looking at me funny, reading a couple ingredients, and like, can I help you? And no, thanks. I was just like disappointed that you have this beautiful brand new store. I was expecting a bunch of clean, nice products, maybe even a local section, but I found none of that. So, yeah, that was my disappointment there. Let's see what Anna had to say. I'm so excited to go through your new revised edition and to do the sugar detox with you again. How about some of my friends and family hop on and join us? That would be awesome, Anna. We would love that. Looks like Anna put some tags in here. Oh, those are all tags. Okay, awesome. Drew, you are posting here in comments an easy link. Yes, we got that for you. We have a sugar detox. So in the CTP group, I put a post up this morning with the link in the comments, and here you go. There's the link. So I don't know. I'll have to go back. Thank you so much for the tags, by the way, Anna. That really, that's, sorry. Okay, I'm back. That we really appreciate it. Those tags and sharing the link and telling out other people about. That's why we want to reward you guys. Like if you share a post, we're going to give you some free product. If you bring a friend, we'll give you more free. And all we're doing is trying to incentivize you guys instead of, like, we're happy to give away product instead of spending money on Google ads, Facebook ads. We give incentives. Like we have to pay for the product, of course. So our marketing money, we still are spending marketing money just going to you guys instead of $1 billion company. And I always say that it's not going to happen forever. Like we'll get to a point where we're prepared to, put money into bigger companies, like to reach more people. We just need to, right now, we need to work out better systems, to be 100% honest with you. Like right now, keeping up with orders is a bit of a challenge. So we're working on fixing those up, or fixing those processes to make it an easy step-by-step process. We're also building out the back of our website so you can order everything on the website. Right now we use an order form, which is going fantastically. Like the order form, like in that blog link I just put up, in that blog post I just put up, there's a link to order that will take you to the order form. So that's working out really well. We have a nice system, but we have to continually improve so we can handle bigger orders. Right now, we're just barely keeping up each week. And then we have things like sugar detox, like right now, and I don't even sleep for weeks at a time. It's okay though. I'm excited. I'm happy, and to have your support and you guys tagging your friends and telling them to come in and join us. See, the thing is that, like, the more people that we get in there within reason, the more beneficial it is for everyone, because you have more questions, you have more posts, you have more activity, there's inspiration, there's excitement, there's more questions. And then if you bring a friend with you, it's like I've done some of these programs, and first of all, let me biasedly say we offer way more. I paid a couple times. I paid $50. I paid $100. I actually paid $400 for a course one time. But we offer way more than any of those courses that I've tried, and we don't charge anywhere near $400. So I really feel like you get a lot out of it. And like I said, if it's influencing people months, 6 months, a year after we do one of these, and people are waiting for the next one, we've got to be doing something right. So, but I guess what I was saying is when I joined those other programs, I did it myself. So if you bring someone with you, you basically have an accountability partner. Like, hey, did you try that meal? Or hey, did you check out the group? Or are you going to watch the live video tonight? They're going to do some announcement. They got some giveaway. They're going to share some good information. Like you guys talking back and forth and inviting friends and family and other people that you know need some help with mental health, or you know people that need to get back on track from a long summer of doing everything. Like you inviting those people will benefit yourself, so you can have an accountability partner. It'll help the group, and it'll also help that other individual as well too. So there's a lot of different benefits to getting people involved and getting people to on board and join with us. So yeah, but we are getting close to the hour mark, so that is my cue to start wrapping things up. If you guys are interested in the sugar detox, we highly suggest you jump in right away. I talked earlier in the show about it's a mindset of saying, yes, I'm going to commit. I'm going to do this. I'm 100% invested, involved. I'm doing it. There's going to be people that are going to sign up Sunday night. Like our soft launch is next Friday. I think that's the 27th. So people are going to be like, oh, I have 10 days. Like they might watch this and say, I have 10 days to join. And then the time's going to tick away. The week's going to disappear. And people are going to start Sunday night and they're going to be behind. They're going to be stressed out, which is the opposite of what we want to do. They're going to be frustrated. They're not going to have their groceries. They're going to be asking last minute questions. They're not going to start till Tuesday or Wednesday, and half the week is over. And then a lot of people actually give up. They're like, oh, I'm already too far behind. I have to, I'm already too far behind. I have to catch up, and it's not going to happen. So I'll catch the next one around. It just doesn't happen. We've been doing these for years. We know how it goes. So the sooner you get in, the better. The sooner we can get you in the group, the sooner we can get you your orders packaged up and ready to go out for when the bugs come in. So there's so many more benefits to getting in there early, involved, and ready to rock. So that's all I have for you guys. If you don't want to join, that's perfectly okay. We offer a lot of free information. You guys can take advantage of the free information. You can buy the book alone, standalone, and that's definitely an option. And you can try to join us on another Sugar Detox maybe next year. I don't know. We've actually had some people join this year that say, "Hey, I've heard good things about this Sugar Detox." We've been posting testimonials over the last couple of weeks, and they're like, "I've got to do it this time. I've got to commit." Last couple of years I've been procrastinating and didn't join, so we're excited to get those new people in as well. So thank you so much for hanging out, talking about Sugar Detox with us and the back end of industries and how that all works. So I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you later on online.